All right, so this is a suggestion via a donation. The name of the song is Get Out of the Car by the artist Aesop Rock. Listen, if you are new here, please like and subscribe. The more that you like this content, the more that I know that you specifically would like to see more of this specific type of content, okay? Dude, super excited. Aesop Rock is a super intelligent rapper, extremely wordy, excessively wordy, at times cryptic, but I like it. Yes? All right. Let's jump into this immediately, dudes. We have the lyrics pulled up just in case we need them. Let's go.
Let's see how y'all be trying to front, man. Y'all be fronting, man.
Dude, these colors are super vibrant.
Been a bit since Mood died. Been a lot more lost in the wake.
Okay.
I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect.
All right. I'm trying to figure out who Moo is because there's no context space before or after any of these lines. All right. It's been a bit since Moo died. It's been a lot more loss in the wake. So listen, he's been continuing to have most likely some form of bad luck. This a lot more loss in the wake. All right. Let's get it. Let's figure out who Moo is, though.
More loss in the wake. I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect, and I just couldn't fathom. Blaming a whole new page on a made-up chain reaction. Each claim individual peaks and pockets, pains in a slew of unique nuances. Now I mean, when you wake up 8 years not responsive, it's a lot to process.
Okay. So whatever has happened to Moo happened roughly 8 years, most likely, after he wrote this song, basically. Or before he wrote the song. Apologies. He's saying basically since his friend has died, he has just been doing nothing of relevancy in his eyes because he's been non-responsive in a sense, right? It's a lot to process. It's interesting. This is a absolutely different style of delivery for Aesop. I noticed like literal differences from the other songs that I've heard to now. Maybe this is his normal style and the other styles were just completely different, but like also his cadence is absolutely stunning, dudes. Like it feels like, the musicality of his voice is amazing here. Production is also simple, minimalistic, but it's he's obviously has something to say, hence the reason. If you ever notice, rappers, when they have something to say, they kind of let the beat fall back a little bit, right? I like that about him specifically. All right, dudes, let's continue.
Unique nuances, now I mean, when you wake up 8 years not responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier jack in the box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, Shazbot, nothing ever wrapped.
Oh, Shazbot. Easter eggs? Mork and Mindy? Isn't that what what's the guy's name, dude? The character. I know Robin Williams played the character. I'm trying to think of the character's name. The alien used to be like, oh, Shazbot, right? I think it's also like another I think they also use it in like PC gaming culture also, bro, but I think it also goes back to that specific usage with Robin Williams' character in Mork and Mindy from the 80s. All right, let's get it.
Nuances, now I mean, when you wake up 8 years not responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier jack in the box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, Shazbot, nothing ever after. We wanted from the once upon a time, ... Once upon a time, he was so much more than a punchline for his own pot shots. Watch the Impossible Kid, everything that he touched turns promptly to...
Oh, okay. Watch the Impossible Kid. Everything that he touches turns promptly to shit. He is continuing the overall theme of him thinking that it's just his specific bad luck, that his friend is no longer here. What happened to his friend, though? I get that it's been 8 years, just based off the pure context here. 8 years non-responsive. His friend died, so we're still trying to figure out, me personally, what exactly happened specifically to his friend. All right. But yeah, I wouldn't say that it's his fault. I mean, come on, someone else died. It's not specifically your fault unless you had something to do with it. You get what I mean? But yeah, I understand. You can perceive it as bad luck. He's saying, the Impossible Kid. I'm guessing that's the name. Well, that's the name of his album, I'm guessing also. But he's calling himself the Impossible Kid, and everything that he touches turns promptly to shit. Bro, come on. It's not your fault, right? Let's go.
on for his own pot shots. I watch the impossible kid. Everything that he touched turns promptly to. If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Moo got sick. None.
So Moo got sick. Okay.
If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Moo got sick. None of the subsequent years stood a chance. Whether it was mom's or his man's, whether it was pops or his girl, I was poison. Heart full of canines, head full of voices. Whole life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just want.
Suicide king with a knife in his crown. The whole life's trying to quiet him down like a suicide king. The suicide king is is a king in a card. Basically, what's this? The king of hearts. The king of hearts has a knife, like stabbing himself in the head, bro. That's called the suicide king. But what is the context here of suicide king? It seems like it means something specifically. This is I think something that has to, it's maybe personal, because based off of the context, I don't see how, because like, for example, I don't think Moo killed himself specifically, right? Because it says he got sick, unless he got sick and decided to extinguish himself, right? But then I think the story would have been different, right? Because it would have been sadder almost, right? So there has to be some type of like behind the scenes thing that I have no idea of why he's referring to a suicide king, right? The king of hearts. All right. We'll see if that correlates to anything else. Let's go.
Life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship and a
hounds at bay, because a couple lines ago he says, heart full of canines, head full of voices. So I'm guessing he's following along with the theme, with the scheme of canines. All right, let's get it.
Tugboat way, king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship in a tugboat way. Ego dark in the face of the when the was a friend, I was basically done. Into the woods, go a alien tongue. It was that or a textbook fake and a funk, and I can't. Here go the hindsight. 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred, cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack is a myth, and he dap is a joke, and he map is a trick, and he graph is a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. Knowing ain't half the battle, that's a quip written by some.
Knowing ain't half the battle. If you know you have a sickness that is half the battle, hold on. Every time I've heard like something is this is half the battle. Knowing that you have a serious disease is half the battle. But I think based off of but to my initial knowledge, it was about cancer. Like knowing that you have cancer is half the battle, if that makes any sense, right? I'm going to attribute it to cancer potentially. Let's see, hold on, dude. So where are we at? I just lost my place. That's a bullshit quip written by some asshole. Yeah, because bro, it doesn't change anything. If you know you have cancer, I mean, you know you have cancer. Unless you catch it early enough, it just is what it is, right? So yeah, I get, Aesop is mad right now. He's like, knowing it's not half the battle, bro, right? It's still a fight. You get what I mean? Let's go.
Knowing ain't half the battle, that's a quip written by some. You can own what you are and still sit around stoned in your car, not doing halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills.
A boss key is from Zelda. It's the key that gets you to the bosses into the dungeon. So he's waiting for a boss key and a hat full of bills, is what he says here. Okay. Maybe he thinks that he is living in a dungeon and he wants to escape the dungeon, potentially. Let's go.
Quip written by some. You can own what you are and still sit around stoned in your car, not doing halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. Get out the car race.
Get out the car race. Yeah, bro. He wants to get out of his head. His dungeon is his mind, right? Is a dungeon, potentially, is what he's calling this, bro. He's waiting for a boss key to get out of his mind, in a sense. Face the real world. Maybe the real world is the boss, is the final boss, maybe. He's like, get out of the car, bro, because like you're tripping now, bro. You're high. You're really high, bro. Just get out of the car, right? You can't change what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? All right, dudes, listen, absolutely fire track, bro. We have Aesop Rock again. Still trying to figure out, like, you know, what happened to Moo, right? But I'm gonna probably have to research this after this, which I will, obviously. And listen, dudes, if you want me to hear any more of his music, just let me know in the comments, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. All right? And listen, dudes, you guys all have an amazing day and enjoy it thoroughly. All right?